One thing that hasn't changed is who I am and presumably who you are. But I don't know your life. Hi, I'm Bob Doyle. I'm one of the featured teachers in the film and book The Secret, which was a law of attraction film about how to create your life by design. And the way I help people do that now is through a program called Evolve Your Excellence, which is a brain rewiring program, because this is where reality's happening anyway. But I wanted to talk to you about your dreams and the type of dreaming you do. But I have a quick aside, which is just kind of a weird question, but it's a serious question. And if you're willing to just take 2 seconds to answer it in the comments, it'd be great. I've been teaching law of attraction for 20 years. So I've been in a space where people use the word dream all the time, right? What's your dream, your big dream? But when I'm talking to, sometimes a whole different set of people like business professionals and things like that, maybe that's not the word that they connect with. Maybe it's vision, maybe it's goal. So I'm just curious, if you're sort of an entrepreneur, maybe don't have the background of, metaphysical conversation or any of that stuff. If I say, hey, what kind of dream do you have? Or when you think about your dreams, is that like or is that like, no, we have dreams, Bob, come on, where you been? Well, I've been in this space for 20 years and I have no idea what you're thinking. So I'd love to know. All right, but let's talk about, though, the types of dreaming. So I can categorize 3 sort of different types of dreamers. Okay, so there's the sad dreamer. And this is the dreamer who goes, oh man, if only I could just have that boat out on the lake, be out there with my friends carefree, I could write my book under the sun, But it's never going to happen. That's kind of the unspoken, but it's never going to happen, that kind of dreamer. So then there's the fantasy dreamer who's like, when I get that boat, I can just work all day under the sun. That's going to be the day. Boy, oh boy, right? But they don't really have the intention. That's just something they like to talk about. They don't really anticipate that happening. They're just, yeah, boy, when my ship comes in, right? And then there's the intentional dreamer who says, I'm going to have that boat on the lake. I'm going to work under the sun whenever I want. It's an intention, but it's still a dream, meaning that it's not their current reality, but it is something that they are absolutely committed to taking, to making their, what's the word that rhymes with aching that I'm looking for? Baking? No. Making it their current reality. And how are they going to do that? Well, they're going to take the action necessary to do it. And that vision and that inspiration and that non-negotiable commitment to having that boat and being on the lake is what's going to drive them through the journey of all the ups and downs and the things they need to learn. And chances are, if this is a significant change in their reality, they're going to have to do some brain rewiring so that they become the person who will take the action, have the ideas, make the meaning out of things, who will eventually walk right into that life. Right? So that's a wiring issue. So if you're one of the first 2 types of dreamers, we need to rewire the way you think about your dreams so that you will actually take the action, so that you realize that, wow, it really is just a series of actions that comes between where I am now and having that boat or whatever it is your goal is. But it's going to involve you becoming a different person who takes different action and rationalizes things differently, makes different meaning out of situations, so that instead of saying, well, I guess I shouldn't go forward with my dreams right now because of blah, 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 you take blah, 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 and you say, okay, I'm going to learn from that, and I'm going to continue towards that freaking boat because it's non-negotiable. Right? So an intentional dreamer, their dream is non-negotiable. So if you want to learn how to become a non-negotiable dreamer, an intentional dreamer, that is the kind of thing we teach you when it comes to brain rewiring, because we just have to identify the wiring that's in place that has you in the first 2 categories and replace it with wiring that will put you in the 3rd category through a process that we've used that's proven itself. It's how we've learned everything. It's how you've learned everything. We just put it in a workshop format so that you can be intentional and say, oh, okay, if I do these things every day, I can wire myself to be the person who will get the boat, or whatever your boat is. So we have these free trainings every couple of weeks. The next one is Friday, the 16th of September at 10 a.m. I know that's a while back, and you're like, oh, okay, well, I'm not going to sign up for that now. Go ahead and sign up for it now. Put it on your calendar. It'll be something to look forward to. You'll get reminders and all that other stuff. But I'd love to have you in there, and so that you can learn this stuff. Because no matter where you are right now, no matter how successful you are, it doesn't matter. Your brain has its wiring. And if you want significant change, your wiring is going to change. So that can either happen the slow way through just automatically responding to the situation, or you can get intentional about it and become an intentional dreamer. Okay, well, I hope to see you in one of these future trainings. And if these videos are at all helpful for you, put you a nudge in the right direction, I'd love to hear about that in the comments. And again, I will ask that if there's anybody in your life who you know is suffering because they've got some wiring issue that is causing them to suffer, send them to one of these trainings.